Well, I'm sure if you're like me, you get a lot of tins. I eat an awful lot of soup. I don't eat the dog food, obviously. My doggies eat the dog food. And I like to upcycle them because I'm sure if I put them in the recycling, they probably end up in landfill. And it was one of my members that told me about this great upcycle for tins, so thank you very much, member. I won't name them because they haven't said I could. The first thing you need to do is remove all the labels. Now be careful because these inside bits can be sharp, he says, and with knowledge, look, plaster. But I'm going to show you how to dull those off in a second. I think you're going to love this upcycle. What we've got left is tins now that have got these sticky bits on, and you want to really get rid of those sticky bits. A couple of ways you can do it. You can soak it in hot water, but to be honest, I like to do it really, really quickly. I just use a bit of alcohol or acetone or nail varnish remover, and that will get rid of it really, really quickly. You can get some special stuff for this as well that will just get rid of it, but I just never seem to get any. So we'll clean those up and I'll show you what we're going to do next to get rid of this sharpness. So once you've got them clean, there's several ways that you can get rid of that sharpness. I've got a file here and you can go round with a file like this and file it right the way down. It does take a bit of time, but it will get rid of that sharpness all the way round. The other way is you can get a pair of pliers like this and bend it over, going round. You can go round and you can push this right the way flat, all the way around like that. So that bit there is flat and now that's no longer sharp. It can be a bit fiddly doing it like that, but it does work. Or like I do it, which is the lazy way, is with my Dremel with one of these grinding bits on it. And that does it really quickly. And that leaves that lovely and smooth. And that way, you don't keep cutting your fingers. So what we're going to do now is just give them a quick wash and get all that dust out of the bottoms of these. They are clean anyway because they've been through the dishwasher. But there'll be a lot of that dust in. We've made those edges nice and smooth. So no more cut fingers. And then this bit, next bit, which is what my member told me about, is just genius. Absolutely genius. And now what I want to do is cut some paper, which we'll need in a little while. And I want to cut that at 10 centimetres wide, because that's the size of the can from there to there. And I measured that just using a normal ruler. And I need 6 pieces. And I need that to go all the way around the can. And now we've got our 6 pieces of paper, we could just put them on one side for a second, because this is the next stage for these cans. And I wonder if you can guess why I'm doing this. Write in the comments now if you can. So what I'm going to do is fill these up to about ½ an inch from the top with just plain water. Perhaps a quarter of an inch from the top, not ½ an inch. And now I'm going to pop them in the freezer until they're completely solid. Have you guessed why? Have you worked out why? I bet you have. While those are freezing, what we can now do is our patterns that we're going to put onto the tins. So we're going to use these as our template. And all I'm going to do on here is draw some stars. And this one's just going to have stars going all the way around it. And of different sizes. And they don't have to be perfect at all. So I'll finish that one in a second. This one I'm going to have a heart going on it, like that, with some other hearts going around it. And you can make your patterns as complex or as simple as you want to make them. You could even print things out on the Cricut if you wanted to, or whatever system you've got. And then once you've drawn your patterns on, what I'm going to do is put some dots on here. And all I'm using is a Sharpie for this. And that is where I'm going to punch holes in the can for the light to shine through. So I'm going to finish those off. I'm going to do all my patterns. And then once those cans are frozen, I'll show you how I'm going to transfer these over and all the patterns that I've made. Well, these are all frozen now. I'm only taking out one at a time because I think that's the best way to do it, because if not, they'll start to defrost. So have you guessed why I needed to freeze them? I'm sure you have. What I'm going to do now is place this on a towel so it doesn't move about too much, and then choose one of my patterns to do first. I think I'm going to do the wiggly lines first so I can get used to it. And all I need to do is, I know these patterns fit on here. Now they are going to get damp because of this, so you might want to cover them in tape or something, because as the condensation builds up on the can, it's probably going to get damp. And all I'm going to do at the moment is stick some tape over them. Pop that on there, decide where I'm going to start. So I'm going to start from here, get a nail like this and punch a hole in it. And it doesn't take much to punch a hole. Seriously, I think you'll get through these really quick. You could drill them. I think it's going to be just as quick to do this. And the ice in there, stop the tins from denting and bending in. And then you just let that ice defrost, put it in a bowl or something, let it defrost. And then you've got your pattern in there and no dented pins. So I'm going to go round, I'm going to do all these, then I'll show you what I'm going to do next to make them hang, and also how I'm going to decorate them further. Well, they're all finished being stamped through now, and as you can see, I only actually did 5, because one of the cans is split with the ice. It is obviously a really thin can, and it just split that can, so I couldn't make it with those. Well, I did get 5 of them, which was great. So the star one didn't get done. Now, I want to put handles on these. So what I'm going to do is put some wire through them. But I'm not stamping that one out. What I'm going to do is just gently drill that one through. And that'll give me a hole big enough to put some wire through. So I've drilled those holes now. And that's big enough to put some wire through that you can hang it from. And I've got this coloured wire that will work really well. It's a nice thick wire. If you've got a coat hanger, that's wire coat hanger, that would be brilliant for it as well. Before that, what I'm going to do is leave these to dry, or dry them myself, and then colour them, because I want them to actually have a colour to them rather than be silver. But if you want to leave them silver, then that's absolutely fine. That worked just as well. I've got them in this box so that it will contain the spray. I'll put a mask on when I start to spray. I'm using the shimmering gold, but I think it feels quite empty, so it may not have enough in it to coat all of them, and if so, then I'll just do the rest in a different colour. So that's one done, and then I'll just go ahead and do the rest like that. Well, these are all dry now, which is brilliant. Isn't it typical? I run out of gold paint, and I only had one left to paint, so I painted that red, but I really like the red. I wish I'd done them all in the red now, but there we go. And it's so easy to pop a handle on them, and I do have one with a candle in, because I was checking them last night and I was so impressed with how they look. I can't wait to show you. So all you need to do is, with this wire, is cut yourself a bit of wire the length of your handle that you want it to be. And this is aluminium wire, so it is easy to bend into the shape that you want. Now I'm going in from there like that, and then I'm bringing that bit up and then just clicking it round like that, and that just gives me enough there. It locks it into place and then makes it so it suspends. I'll finish these 3 off, and then I'll show you what they all look like lit up, and they do look great. And now they're all finished with the handles on, you can pop a candle in. Now, it's fine to put a tea light in these, or you can put the electric ones in, whatever suits you best. These work really, really well. And I had one of these going for about an hour or so yesterday, and it didn't get hot. And then a long neck lighter, and we can light them all. And I'll show you what they look like in the dark. And that's what they look like in the dark. I think they've come out really, really pretty. I love the one that says party. I mean, it's not brilliantly dark in here, and my camera does try and find as much light as possible. But at night, hanging on a tree, or just put on a wall, or around you, I think in a spring evening, or even a summer evening, they look great. The heart one came out really well too, look. You can see they shine through, and they give out quite a lot of light, because that's the only lights that I've got on in here. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed making this video. I love doing can upcycles as well. They're always really great fun. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to buy me a coffee or get hold of anything that I've used today, then the links for that are in the description below. Take care, enjoy your crafting. Bye.